Hello everyone. Welcome back to some more WoW gameplay. I'm just gonna do some of these gigs and just talk about my life, I guess. But yeah, so recently, I'm still trying to find a job, and it's been a little more difficult just to keep up with getting a job that kind of fits with my school schedule. So I probably should have got a gig first before I did anything. But it is what it is. I gotta escort the old lady. Don't forget to look both ways. Alright. Yeah, but it's been kind of difficult. I'm taking chemistry right now, and it's funny. Some of the younger cats that have no pride, they don't even have to pay for class. They don't have any stress to worry about, and stuff like that. You're failing the class while I'm out here, passing my classes and really working. Like, it's crazy. In college, a lot of students, they don't want to sit in the front. They want to sit in the way back, or just trying to be too cool for school. I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's kind of interesting going back to school as an old head, essentially, because this time around I care a lot more. I'm not just out in school just dicking around and stuff like that. I have a lot of homework. What sucks is, on Rate My Professor has like a 1.5, like a super low rating. She's a nice lady, right? But she's not very good at teaching. It's one thing to know how to teach something, and it's one thing to understand the subject. Hopefully we could get a higher reward because of this. Where's the last mount? Is it this one? Alright. Yeah, so I hope she knows, and what's fucked up is her due dates are all fucked up, so that fucks with my schedule for my other classes. Meaning, there's one time where it's like I was stressing about hey, get down. Sorry, my cat jumped on my table. I was stressed out about finishing this assignment, and yeah, I was stressed out that day, and it wasn't even due. She changed the date like the day of. I was like, bro, I fucking was stressing. I could have been doing other homework for my other class, or and it's a whole thing. She's just not a very good teacher or professor, if that makes sense. Where is the monster at? Is it the monster? The monster ain't even here. Where is the creature? Isn't the creature supposed to be in here or something? The rug monster. Oh, he's right here. He's usually right here. Chill out. Kill both of these guys at once. I do like being a hunter. The AoE is nice, and the mobility is some fun stuff. But yeah, it's kind of weird dealing with that. The fact that if you're giving me the wrong due dates, and then I have 2 homework assignments that are marked as late, even though I did them on time, and it's like, I did them on time, but because her due dates are all fucked up, now it marks it as late. Like, it's kind of annoying. I'm doing good in class. I have an exam, which is a big deal because it's such a big portion of your grade, this coming Friday or Saturday. It's crazy. When I started the class, I would say about 30-40 students were in the class. Now it's only about 10 students in the class, and this is only a beginner chemistry class. So it's like, to be 100% honest with you, I am kind of jealous of some of these kids, but I was that kid when it first started. You know what I mean? Like when I was 17, 18, I was just dicking around. I was chasing girls, fucking just dicking around, not really giving a fuck about anything, But now that I'm older, I would say 10 years older now, from my original time going into college, the priorities have changed, When I was in college, I probably should have just not do that. Alright. Well, is that it? That's it for the minute. I don't see the point of doing the job if the thing is not started. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. But let's open the case. Ooh! Some weathered undermine crest. But yeah, actually, I think there was kind of like a side quest over here. Here, let's go back to Donegal. But yeah, it's kind of weird now that I'm older than a lot of people in class. Some people in class are, you know, just they don't have the same priorities, and you can kind of tell, which makes me really jealous. You know, I'm very judgmental. I get it. And I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and I was like, "Do you think sometimes I'm just very judgmental?" And she did say yes. So maybe I am very judgmental. All right. What brought it up? Okay, was I have another professor. This is a completely different professor. The guy's a big guy, right? He's really overweight, and he's just super overweight. And I saw him get out of the podium. Like he was sitting behind the podium, and he walked into front of the class. I looked at his shoes, and I kid you not, this guy's shoes, like his foot was so big that it overlapped the soles of his shoes. Like he was wearing some like Nike running shoes, you know, like you know those New Balances where they have like the cloth over it, but they're Nikes, right? His foot, just from how fat he was, and I hate to be a fucking hater, but that I just never seen this in my life. His foot, whoa, that's a cool mount. That's actually really dope. That's fire. His foot was so big that it overlapped the sole, right? Because you know how the top is all cloth, and you know the little tongue that in front where it shows like the Nike logo. He had to take off one lace, like maybe one or two laces out of the hole, and then he tied it. Because wait, actually he didn't even tie his shoes. I'm assuming he like tucked the shoelaces in his shoe to make it like a fucking sandal kind of deal. But yeah, his foot is so big that tongue was like droopy as fuck because he's not tying his shoes like a normal human being. Like it was like it just drooped, if that makes sense. And I don't know, man. Like that was so fucking wild to me. I kind of like try not to like. It's one of those things where you're not supposed to laugh in class, you know. And he's like teaching a lesson, and I was like. You know, like one of those fucking things where it's not supposed to be funny, and it just makes it even funnier. And I felt bad, right? Like, I'm not a fucking dick. Like, I'm not going to say anything. But I'm like, yo, at what point do you realize maybe it's time to cut some weight? You know what I mean? Like, you're not even... And mind you, the guy's not super tall. He's probably like 5'9", an average height guy. But he's probably 400 pounds. You know what I mean? And it's like, when he would be teaching in class, he would be out of breath. You know, he's sweating, out of breath. Like, yo, your time is near, my brother. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got much. Whoa, that's a cool mount. I wish I got that mount. There's a couple of mounts I wish I got, but yeah. But it's because I didn't play a lot of Dragonflight. I just didn't have the push or drive to do Dragonflight. Well, anyways, yeah, and that was fucking wild to me. You know what I mean? Like his leg. One time he wore shorts and his legs were like a shape of bubblegum. Like it was just like lopsided as fuck. Like holy fuck, dude. Like you know it, and it's not. Dude, how do you say this? We're not trying to be fat phobic here, but being fat phobic. If someone told me that I was fat, you know, then I'm like, all right, maybe it's time for me to change, you know. And that has happened to me, you know. I almost hit 200 pounds during the pandemic, and you know, my mom's told me, hey, you're gaining a lot of weight. And guess what? I started trying to lose weight. I'm back at 171 right now, you know. And I'm not short. I'm 6'2", so you know I'm a good height. But I hit 200 pounds at one point, but I was just straight fat. Now I'm a little more lean, and I'll have a lot more muscle because I've been working out a lot. Like I've been bench pressing, things like that. Still got a little bit of man titties going on, but you know, you still gotta change, right? Like to be fat acceptance is kind of bad too, you know. More people die from the way they eat, right? Like in terms of diabetes than anything else in America. Car accidents, guns, everything, right? You have a higher chance. that's just wild to me, you know, just absolutely wild to me. But yeah, that was just something I've never seen before. Someone, he was so big that he couldn't fit in his shoes, his little Nike running shoes. He wears running shoes, but he probably I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because that just makes me an ultimate hater. But yeah, that's kind of sad. But yeah, anyways, my other professor, my chemistry professor, she's just not very good at teaching. Like, I saw her rate my professor a 1.5. Some of the other professors, they have a high rating. Just not a very good professor. And she teaches so quick, and she has like a thick accent, and it's a whole thing. You know, I think she's a very nice lady. I really do think she's a nice lady. But she's very disorganized, which makes the class much harder than it needs to be. Right? And it's another whole thing. So right now, I'm doing like the questing. What am I doing? Do I have to talk to Nami?
Problem? I got a solution.
My god, the graphics for this game are just amazing.
Have I got something for you?
They just want me to look at all the shops of what I can buy. Yeah. But school's been fun, honestly. Here's the sad part, right? I've been to school. This is gonna be my third time returning or going to school, right? Like trying college out. My first time I tried it, I was fucking homeless, so it was just never gonna run. Like, it was just never gonna work. Like, I was working 2 part-time jobs, and then I was trying to make the ends meet, and it was just not fucking working. You know. Second time, I had major health issues, like major health issues, which just didn't motivate me to be able to finish my school.
What you need?
I saw another video of this guy. He had brain cancer, and he knew he was gonna die. And he was like, I'm still gonna fucking finish school. Hey, I'm not that kind of man. I'm gonna fucking admit it, you know, I'm weak. But, you know, I couldn't get it through. So, this is gonna be my third time. Third time, this time is much harder. I'm a lot older this time around. And, how do you say this? I'm a lot older, and I just don't have the finance and the stable housing and all that to be able to do it. To be 100% honest with you, that's just reality. And I really hope, you know, I'm able to do something with my life. I think if I don't go to college, I'll definitely regret it. That's for sure. So I'm like, no matter what, I gotta finish it this time around. They just want me to look in the shops, but I can't buy anything because I'm not part of the Blackwater cartel. Like, I don't have good reputation with them yet. Alright, let's go turn it in. Yeah. If you guys never turned HDR, or if you have an HDR monitor, turn that on with WoW. My god, is it a game changer. At first, I didn't like it because of how bright it is. And I'm like, dude, it hurts my eyes, it's so bright. But, like, it's like night and day. Not even gonna fucking lie. Like, now, I have a pretty decent graphics card and all that, but now with HDR, I kind of turn down the graphics without worrying about it. My cat's asking me for me to pet her. But yeah, like it's kind of insane, you know, how life is like this. Just a little update in my life. I think that should be good enough. Yeah, subscribe, you know, if you want some more updates on my life. Just wanted to finish some questing, and yeah.